Example 3.7. Given the graph of f of x as below. Find the function fx. Find the Fourier series of fx. To find the function of fx, okay, we can identify the first interval. On the first interval, given from negative pi to negative pi over 2, fx equal to 0. From interval negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, given fx equal to 1. From pi over 2 to pi, given fx equal to 0. So, we get the piecewise function. We can write from negative pi to negative pi over 2, fx equal to 0. From negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, fx equal to 1. From pi over 2 to pi, fx equal to 0. Okay, question B, find the Fourier series of fx. Okay, so we can refer back to the graph. On this graph, we can see that this two graph is actually symmetrical with respect to y-axis, because when we fold these two graph to the with respect to y-axis, we get the left side, or this graph mirror to this graph. Okay, so because the given function is even function, so we can find the cosine series. On cosine series, Bn is equal to 0. Okay, and then we can identify the L, because from this function we get period. Okay, we write period 2L equal to pi minus negative pi. So answer is equal to 2 pi. So from here we get L equal to pi. To find A naught, we use the formula 2 over L. Okay, L we get equal to pi, because pi minus negative pi we get 2 pi. So period equal to 2 pi. So from period we can find L equal to pi. Okay, from interval 0 to pi, because A naught is even function, so we use the formula that we discussed before, 2 over pi, 0 to pi. This is value of L, fx dx. Okay, substitute fx from 0 to pi over 2, given fx equal to 1. Okay, so integrate plus from pi over 2 to pi. So we split from 0 to pi over 2 and from pi over 2 to pi. Integrate 1 equal to x. Integrate 0 equal to 0. And then substitute value 0 and pi over 2. So the answer is equal to 1. Okay, now find A and use the formula 2 over L 0 to L fx cos n pi x over L. So L is given equal to pi, cancel pi and pi, we get cos n x here. Okay, and then split from 0 to pi over 2 and from pi over 2 to pi. On interval 0, pi over 2, given fx equal to 1. On interval pi over 2 to pi, given fx equal to 0. So this one cancel. To integrate cos nx is equal to sin nx over n. Substitute x by pi over 2 and then substitute x by 0. Sin 0 equal to 0. Sin pi over 2 over n, we can write 2 over pi n. This n take out. Sin n pi over 2. Okay, this n and n we cannot cancel, so this n just take up right here. Okay, so the final answer for En is 2 over n pi sin n pi over 2. Okay, and then substitute into the Fourier cosine series. Fx E0 over 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity En cos n pi x over L. E0 we get equal to 1, substitute 1. En we get 2 over n pi sin n pi over 2, so that substitute here. Cos n pi x over pi, cancel out pi, so we get cos n x. So this is the final answer for the Fourier cosine for function fx equal to 0, 1, 0.